Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. But you could, when FS17 came out, you could get hold of the end of a stick or some of the objects that were just placed down, and you start walking, and you're walking on the end of the stick and climbing at the same time, and you could fly for quite a considerable distance. It was good fun. I liked that. It was an interesting way of doing things. Right, we've got 1,100 euros at the moment, which is probably enough to be able to go and plant everything. I'm going to want to be able to make some money at some point soon. So how are we doing with eggs? What's the price of eggs at the moment? I think actually it's November. Okay, so we're in September. No, we're not. We're in October. We're in October. And November is the highest price. So we won't sell our eggs yet. We'll wait until November and we'll get close to 1,500 euros per 1,000 litres for eggs. Right there, we've got 2 pallets full right now. The eggs down there, the chickens, have not got a lot left. So I would like to get some more planted fairly soon. But right now, not planted, I want to get some more food in for them fairly soon. But right now, I want to get going with planting the barley. If we can get this one moving and get that barley being planted, because this is going to take a little bit longer than the cultivating. So if I get this one set up and starting to move around the field a bit, then we can, let's just bring that down like that, and there we go. Open you up, and then load that one up with seed. Ideal. Close, and let's pick that one back up again, shall we? Right. No, I'm not going to go out that way. That's going across my lawn. I'm not going to drive across my lawn. Never next. I'm not a savage. Let's go out the proper way. I do also need to put a front weight on here eventually. I forgot that there was a front weight option on this one. So let's just see how much that will cost us to add a front weight. We've got 1,100 here. Go to you. Repair is 1,000. Customize is what we want. So configuration, I got standard. I got the front weight, which is plus 5 grand, which is a lot of money, and I can't afford that at the moment. Oh, there isn't a front weight. Oh, yes, there is. It's down here. If I put that on, it's just got front loader attachment, no, and it stays with the rest. I want the front loader attachment eventually. That's 1,500 euros. We are going to need to add that in because we need to be able to use our front loader if I want to do any logging or anything like that, and I cannot do logging without it. Configuration standard, and then we've got the front weight. So we've got a 360, we've got a 560, and we've got a 760. We've got a 1 ton as well. Okay. I'll be honest, I think 1 ton is a little bit too much. There's a few too many leaves that we've got on the front there. I would say we'd want to drop... You'd want to take off a few slices. Maybe a 760. I think maybe 760 would balance it out quite nicely. A ton on the front of that, that would be too much for everyday use. That's going to be putting too much pressure on the steering hydraulics. Just looking at that, that looks like that front bar is overloaded. It's just doing too much for it. Might even be better to go back as far as half ton. I would say 560. Yeah, well, I mean, if we went with 560, but that's still $1 grand, and I don't have that kind of money available at the moment, so it's going to live without it. And for now, we will do it without any at all, but we're going to want to put a few slices on this one before too long, I think. Then we've got a tractor that's going to be able to handle all of the machinery instead of just some of it. Now, this one's almost finished. I'm going to go over and do the top and bottom very quickly with the bits that we've missed, so that the planting can get started. And then when this one has finished doing the rest of this field, we'll be able to use this one to do a few other bits. Although I'm not wanting to take the eggs up today. The eggs I want to take tomorrow when we've got the better price for them. The only thing I really need to do right now, other than this, I've got to put the combine away. There isn't a lot else that we need to do. It's just feed the chickens. We just need to get the trailer hooked on and drag that one round so that we can put a bit more grain in for the chickens. That's pretty much the only thing outstanding right now. I can do that. Right. You go whizzing on down this way. He's having a mouthful of coffee. And we will go racing off around here at breakneck speeds. All the way up through this way. And then that hired help can carry on and do whatever it needs to do, and I will get started on planting the barley. I'm actually going to just jump the time forward a little bit, so we'll go all the way up to 360 times speed, and jump this forward to like 10, 11 o'clock, I think. And I have reasons for this. Right, let's get you going there. One, I want to see if there is any flickering coming up. There's not a lot of trees in this map, but I still want to see if there's, like, tests for flickering and stuff because of the foliage draw distance, and it does actually seem to have worked. Rizu Forest is going to be the one we really need to find out. That's the one that we've got the biggest issues with flickering, but this does actually seem to have been a nice fix so far. Right, you carry on there, and I want this one. This one here, we need to do one pass just in front of this tree. This tree here is the only one that actually causes us any problems. It's the only point in the entire field where we have issues. But I kind of don't want to get rid of that tree. I like that tree. I want it to stay. And we start planting barley. Are we going to have enough to do the whole field, or are we going to have to go back and get a little bit more? That question will remain unanswered for the time being. Whizzing off round here. I'm actually going to just cut in across the corner here and damage all the coulters on my seed drill as I run in there, going across the grass. Because, yeah, why not? And then I will go over here. And again, I only really want to do one pass on this bit up here, because there's enough room to turn around. Or actually, I'll end up doing two, because I'm going to go over and then I'm going to come back again. So it'll only be the very end down there that I need to worry about. Goes on up through here, and then lift out and turn around. I have to keep it back a little bit from there because of the bit right there where the tractor's going to come up. I don't want to accidentally dig up what we've planted. Because the hired help sometimes does funny things. I mean, I've never actually seen it do it with cultivating or seed drilling or anything like that. But I have seen it do it enough times with rowing up. If it's using a rake and it's rowing up a crop, it'll get to the end of the field, and then for some strange reason, it just starts working back across the field again. And it's really bizarre. It's the only... I'm pretty sure it's just raking that it does that on. I've never seen it do it on... Well, I've never paid attention to it doing it on anything else. But I have no idea why it would do that. Now, you drove all the way to the end of the field. You reversed all the way back over here, and then turned round at this end of the field and then stopped and said that you finished. Is there any particular reason that you're being difficult today, hired help? I mean, technically, one of the hired helps is Leia, and one of them is me. So maybe Sen is not feeling 100% still. Maybe that's the reason. Leia is still not feeling 100%, and that's why she reversed all the way across the field, turned the tractor around, and then just stopped and said, "You know what? I'm going home. I've had enough of this. I'm going home. Not doing any more." That is a possibility. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we need to go and speak to her. Just make sure that everything's all right. Make sure that she's feeling okay. I mean, we did look after her when she was ill. I mean, obviously we had to go out in the field and we had to do a load of work and stuff like that. But I mean, we did try and look back in and take her a bowl of soup every now and then while she was ill. It's some serious speed going on over there. Just see what's going on with that one. That is some serious speed there. Yeah, going nicely. Right, let's bring you on back round here. Ooh, there we go. And up this way. And then back and... Oh, actually, should I wash this one? Nah, it's alright. That one's fine. Okay. Pop that one off there. Most elegant way that we possibly can. And I want a trailer, and I want to go and feed the chickens. So I've got two choices. I can go and use the trailer at the back, or I can use this grain trailer here. I'm going to use the grain trailer. The difficult bit with the grain trailer is putting it back again, because I'm not very good at reversing it. That is my weakness when it comes to this trailer, is reversing it back into position again. So we'll hook that one on there. We'll run it down over this way, and all we've got to do is just get a little bit of grain and take it up to the chickens. Even I can cope with this, I think. Even I should be able to cope with this. Let's put it like that. We will see. So bring it back over here. Now, it may look like there's no spout or anything, but what you've actually got is we go inside and then we shovel the grain out. Well, we're not going to do that. We've set this one up, so we've got some automation in here now. We've modernized our grain storage. You don't see it, but it's actually coming out like we've got some blowers inside. It comes out the spouts at the top. Makes, you know, it works really well. It looks really impressive. Makes a bit of dust when it's being blown out, but it's absolutely fine. So that's what we're doing there. We're not shoveling this out by hand. I have shoveled very, very large amounts of grain before. It's not a particularly exciting job. There is actually something that I want to do here before I go and tip this out. And again, oh, no, we don't need to do that. You go Shift P. And it goes straight into this. Khan Wolf told me that. Legend. Let's go to landscaping. And I'll do painting. And then I don't want animal mud. I want plain dirt. Let's change that to a circle. Make it a little bit bigger. And then we'll go like that. And then I'll bring that one in there. Just clean it a bit back there as well. A bit over here. There. That's a bit better, I think. So we're going to just cut off that corner there, because that's where our trailer is going to be coming round a bit more. There. It didn't seem right that it would have that bit on that corner. It didn't really seem right it would have that up there either, but we can live with some of that. There, we do it like that. Because we don't come through here all that often, there's going to be some plants and shrubs and stuff there. Do you tip sideways? Tip side. Oh, I had it the other way round. Okay, bigger fool me. There, let's go tip side. No, not tip side back. Grain door left. Oh, it's because of where I was going and tipping out into the granary, I think. Alright, well, we've got tip side left now. We can tip it out in here. And we tip all of the barley in for the chickens. Now, yes, we are going to want to get pigs. And we want a feed mixer and stuff like that. But we can't get that just yet. So we're kind of going to have to wait on that one. So that's that bit done there. And then I can come up round here. And you can see the back wheels of the trailer are actually quite a long way from where I was just messing around. So I could probably alter that again. I'm not going to, though. And this is why I should have gone round the other way. Because now I want to tip. And it's tipping on the wrong side. See? So let's go and turn round and we'll come up from the hill. Now, I don't really want to be going up that hill, though. Not with a full trailer load. That's not quite right. But, well, we've done it now. I've committed, decided that that's what I was going to do. So we'll bring that one back round that way, and then we'll head down the road here. Swing in round. And there we go. Now we can tip. Nice and easy. See? Wasn't that straightforward? So we got 500 litres left with our barley in storage in there. How's the mill getting on? That's the next thing that we want to see. Oat flour out of space. We got 6,000 flour there. I've got oats here. I've got 8,500 there. So if I take the trailer up there a minute and we'll load up the pallets of flour and just move them back. We might also need to do a little bit of shunting things around up there and possibly build a little storage space. Better if we had a shed in order to build storage space. What time? I think it's December that the flour is the best time of year for. So look. Flour! December, it is. Right, so we've got a couple of months before we can sell the flour. But, I mean, it's getting pretty good right now. The price is going to be going up now. Right, I can't turn that sharp. This tractor is also pretty useless for starting to reverse backwards. This one tends to roll around a bit, and it's got a terrible turning circle on it. Yeah, this is such a long-bodied tractor. The turning circle on this thing is awful. Look at that. Like, I gotta preempt this turn like a year in advance. It's like driving an oil tanker. An oil tanker, they say, right, we're going to stop over there, so 17 hours ago is when we need to start slowing down so that we can stop in time. That's literally how it is with an oil. It's what it feels like with this tractor. I'm going backwards. I'm going to, right, pressing forwards. As soon as I say right, I'm pressing the brake. And my seat, slow down, and finally it starts going backwards. So everything is so slow to respond with this tractor, which does make it a little bit more difficult for shunting around in the yard, because that's why I keep driving into things with it, because it keeps sort of slowly moving when it shouldn't be. The brakes on it are absolutely awful. I mean, I should be used to this. I've driven plenty of tractors like this in the past, and this is why I don't want to be using this tractor to do this job, because the trailer sticks up in the air too much and it won't pick the pallets up properly. So we'll take this one out and we'll change it over. The other one's altogether more luxurious design anyway, so that's the one that we're going to use. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to catch this one up at this end. I'll let you stop there. Right, and if I'm just going to do the end of the field here a little bit. There's only a little tiny bit there. It's not much. Take that one out there, and I'll run that one through there. Ideal. Right. Now bring it on round, and then go back up through again. And here we go. Right, that's going to be looking altogether tidier. I'm not going to bother going back up through again there. We'll change over. I'll put the seed drill on the other tractor, and then you can carry on doing the barley. We've got plenty of barley to do this field. I did wonder if we would have enough. There is absolutely loads of barley here. It doesn't actually use up very much. Some seeds it uses a huge amount, and it does it really, really quickly. Love the turning circle. See, this one's got a decent turning circle. That's fantastic. That's what you want. That's what we're looking for. Not the turning circle that we've got on this thing. Look at that. You know, if you're coming up to a road and you want to do a 3-point turn, with this one, it's you're more kind of aiming at a 27-point turn rather than a 3-point turn. That's the kind of tractor that we've got right here. I don't like long tractors. They're difficult to maneuver around. I mean, they can be fun, don't get me wrong. There is fun to be had with all kinds of tractors, and I've driven some pretty long-nosed tractors before now, and they can be fun and they can look pretty cool as well. But when it comes to shunting them round in a tight spot, a long-nosed tractor is really, really inconvenient. They are absolutely awful because you can't turn sharp with them most of the time. So you've got to do a lot of shunting around. If you're in a tight space, they're difficult. Out in the field here, it doesn't really matter. Like, you've got this nice, big, long, spacious tractor. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, this one's going to be dreadfully noisy, and I can guarantee you there's a lot of heat coming from that engine in through that front window. I don't know why he's got it open. I wouldn't. I've never, ever enjoyed having the front window open on a tractor. I've driven quite a few tractors that have got that option. That front window being open there. See? Ooh, wrong one. There. See that front window hanging open? I've driven quite a lot of tractors that have got that, and I hate that design. I really loathe and detest that design. For two reasons. One, you open that one up and you've got all the noise from the engine coming straight in right at you. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. It becomes deafening in there. I don't like that at all. I really don't. Number two, those engines produce quite a bit of heat. Most of the work that I've done with tractors has been in the summer. You know, when you can get into the field, when you're actually physically able to drive, able to drive on a field, that's when you want to be doing your work in the field. And you don't really want to be adding to anything that's going to be warming up the cab more than it already is, because trust me, a tractor like that doesn't have air conditioning, and it's getting pretty warm in there with all those bits of glass everywhere. Now, there are ways around that. One is take the doors off. That is a common one. Many old tractors I've driven up and down without doors on. The window's open here, the back window open, so all of this is all open. That front window? No. I don't care if I'm driving along with the doors taken off the hinges and everything else is wide open. Yes, that's, the whole noise issue sort of becomes null and void then. But it's amazing how much heat comes into your tractor through that front window if you've got it open, even a crack like that. Like, it's awful. I really don't like those front windows. I've never seen a good reason for having that front window open. If you've got a tractor that's got no front window at all, I mean, I think that's what it is, really. It's kind of a leftover from the days where all tractors were open cab anyway. So you didn't have a cab on your tractor. You just drove off and just kept going. Like, you didn't have a cab at all. But that's altogether different. The heat from the engine is not necessarily just going to come straight at you. And there's a lot more open space around, so it's different. But when you've got a cab and then you've got your front window open like that, the heat from that engine is coming into your cab, and it's not a good thing. It really isn't a good thing at all. And another thing we need to do is sort out that gateway. It's a tiny bit too narrow for our combine. I mean, yes, later on when we upgrade the combine, it's going to be different anyway. But right now, I want a wider gateway than we've got there, but not very much wider. So we're going to have a look in the fences and stuff and see what we've got available there. Now, I'm going to have to do that, because if I stop and wait, the van is not going to go across the road, and then we would have been in a bit of trouble. Because this trailer, for some reason... Ooh, we didn't want the beacons on. For some reason, these trailers have got like a really wide area on them, so traffic always stops. Now, come in here. And I don't want the top of my cab ripped off. Euro pallet, right, that's fine. Let's load those three up. And there should be a little bit more spawn. There we go, we got 4 more of them. Yeah, 4 more. So we got 7,000 in there. And if I go in here now and we take a look. Oat flour, it's working. I got 2,000 there for outgoing products, and there's the other two. They've come out. We've got 9,000 litres. Now, I still got 8,500 litres of oat to process, which is going to end up giving me more. I don't know how. You know, I'm going to just work that out a second. 10,700. So it's going to fill everything up again, and then we're going to have to empty it and then let it run through once more before we start working on the canola, because I'd like to do the flour before we start putting the canola through, because I don't think we can run both of them at the same time. At least not very well. Actually, let's try it, shall we? How's this working? Oh, change output mode. Oh, no, not change output mode. No, there, canola oil. Go to that one and go to activate. So now it's running both of them. That's 24 per month, and this is 60 per month, so this is a little bit more. And then it should, in theory, start working on both of them. But does it go evenly between the two, or does it do just one and then the other? Like, I don't think it works faster to do it like this. I think it's slower. Outgoing products, pig food. Where's pig food? Oh, I need to do it on here. You've got corn pig food, 45, 25, 20, and we need sugar beet. Then you've got sorghum pig food, which requires potatoes going in, and then potatoes pig food, which is 50, 20, 20, and 10. I've actually got a version of this on the time-lapse series, except that I've altered the numbers slightly, because I felt that even though we've got the more expensive options in here, it didn't seem quite right with this. I mean, I chose not to use sorghum because I don't particularly like sorghum as a crop. I don't like that we don't have a stripper header for it, and we're just using a standard header and leaving behind a stripped crop. It feels sloppy. It feels wrong. That's why I don't do that one. If you're gonna put a crop in that is leaving behind a stripped head stubble. So basically what a stripper head does is it goes along and it just removes the grain off of the head. It doesn't actually take anything else. And in theory, you can go through the field a lot faster with it. Now, we don't have a stripper header in the game. And so the game just has us use the standard headers on the sorghum crop. But the residue that it leaves behind still looks like we've gone through with a stripper header. And the reason I don't like that is because, one, the header goes through at the standard speed, and two, if we were using a standard header, it would leave a short stubble, and it just looks wrong. So I don't use sorghum. I've tested it. I don't particularly like it. If we had proper stripper headers on it, and maybe a bit different. But it's also generally in a drier climate than Northern Europe, which is what we're based in here. So ignore that bit. I changed that back to maize and put maize in there. I've got barley and I've got soybeans. And then, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.